Hello, and welcome to the basics of certain loops and subprograms. This is something completely different to a regular program because I can't record the games I'm playing right now because OBS lags it too much. You probably saw that in the one where I posted it with The Sims 4. Now, what we have here is to demonstrate subprograms and loops, that being one type of loop here. Can't remember the name of it because I'm not particularly good at Python, but this is just to teach the basic concepts. Now, with this, we also have a subprogram here. This loop here is something that, well, loops are something that most programs will contain, due to the fact that they can be used for a variety of purposes. If you want to, let's say, you want to run a certain program for a certain amount of times, all you need is a certain type of loop, and there you are off you go, and you can do it. If you want it to be certain controlled, so that it only does it where a certain value is something, you can just do a loop like this. This is a program for a number guessing game. You guess a number. Here I have this little line of code here for debugging. You'd remove this in the actual program if you go release it, because what's the point in the game if it tells you what the number is? Now, this loop says here they'll repeat all of this until found equals false. As you can see here, this if statement here says if the guess is lower than the actual number, then it'll say lower the These are just certain things I've put in here, so it'll actually run. But if it isn't any of those, it'll search it to true. And loops can be very useful in, for example, games, because in games, if you want to say, let's say, assign the W key to go forwards, which is what you probably have it to do in a game, you could just say, you could have a loop that if, whilst the W key is pressed down, so you can assign something to say W or something, equals true, it would increase the velocity of your avatar that you're moving forwards. It could also trigger an animation. The thing is, you will want to repeat this over and over, and you might want to be able to use this in certain places, so you can use subprograms. So you can assign certain bits of code to a subprogram. This bit here, def, then it assigns a name to it with the num program. Will take this, and whenever I want it, I can just put in, for example here, num program brackets, and it will do it. So as you can see here, if I oh dear. That is why you should debug your programs before use. Now, this is something that's a problem with using subprograms, because unless you insert that subprogram into there, I think this will work, it will not actually use it because it doesn't know it's there. Just trying to remind myself. So that's put in here. I put the value found in there. Sorry about that. I just quickly transferred it from a regular loop into a loop with a subprogram to demonstrate the subprograms. So, to prove the code actually works, I could put in 87. Really? Sorry about this. It's just I need to put in, so I can put in 5. Tells me to go higher. 7 tells me to go lower. Now that is why, kids, if you're going to hastily rewire a program, remember the rules of subroutines and that sort of thing, or else you may end up with an embarrassing situation like I had. By the way, if you put in actual 6, there you go, it tells you, yeah, that isn't meant to happen. Again, probably with putting it in there. Hastily rewiring the program. So, whilst I fix this quickly, so it actually works outside of this, and re-indent everything into the correct places, you can just quickly think about how you could use this, because loops and subprograms are extremely useful, as I say, for the aforementioned reasons. Mainly, subprograms could be used if you're going to have a really repeatable line of code, such as you're going to say add +1 and print out this every time you press, if you press U, I or O, and you need to be able to assign it to different places, and since programmers are lazy as a general thing, and everybody is lazy, you want to put it in one place to mean that you don't have to use as many lines of code, and it doesn't take you so long to write all of it. Now hopefully this will work a lot better, just to demonstrate that everything works in here. There you are, it works now, since I couldn't remember how to export certain values, because if you put them into a subprogram and you want to use them outside that subprogram, you also have to export them. I can't remember how to export them. Anyway, that was a very quick fundamental theoretical lowdown on loops and subprograms. Real bad one, I'm probably going to update it soon. But that was it.